my Mercurial mercenaries! This has the potential to be a long one. Peter Appleton commented on one of my videos. He said, "You're a guitarist, yeah? You should listen to From the Ages by Earthless. Think of Voodoo Child by Hendrix, but on steroids. Seriously, made me sweat my balls off on the first listen. The energy is unbelievable." Well, do you know what, Peter? It's about midday. It's a really hot summer's day out there. The sun is shining, blue sky, not a cloud. It's boiling hot. So I thought, why not take Peter Appleton's word for it and get hold of Earthless From the Ages on vinyl and listen to it. You can listen to it, my mercenaries. You can listen to it with me. Have me on in the background while you perform some medical feat of science. You never know, you might be performing some kind of brain surgery as we speak. I don't know. I know surgeons like to listen to music while they, well, this could be dangerous, this. This is going to end in disaster one day. I know I say it every time, but it's going to end in disaster. Here we go, my mercenaries. Unsheathing. Ah, le sheath. If you see me bleeding blood out of my eye, I haven't got a dodgy tear duct. Get me to the hospital straight away. My mercenaries! I know nothing about this band. Nothing! Thing at all. So, here's the cover. To me, it looks like the sort of thing that someone would get tattooed on them. My first impression was, what the hell? It's one of those albums where you can't actually read who... That's the band name there. Can you actually read that? And it does say there, From the Ages. But look! Yes! Gatefold! Gatefold! Look! Look at that! What are we looking at there? First time I've seen it as well. A load of elephants marching across a landscape which seems to be suspended in some kind of alternate reality with Christmas baubles hanging in the air. Because it's a gatefold, we've got an interior. Come on, mate, tone it down a bit. Tone it down a bit. Maybe less coffee, I know. 25% less? I'll give you 50% less. Gatefold! Look at that! I've been so absorbed with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, so it's nice to see a different artist for a change. What colour's the vinyl? 2 vinyls! Double album. Double album. Yeah, I know. Here we go. Here we go, my mercenaries. I assume this first one will be... Can't see any song... Oh. Violence of the Red Sea. Oh... Can you read that? Violence of the Red Sea. Uluru Rock. EQUUSOCTO. October. Equus October. And From the Ages. So we've got 4 songs. 4 songs and 4 sides of vinyl. 1 song per side. Peter Appleton, are you really doing that to me? Do you realise how much I'm going to sweat? What colour's the vinyl, my mercenaries? I've got a little sneaky suspicion I already know because there was a sticker on the outside of the album. But for your benefit, and I haven't seen it yet either, but here we go. Yes! It's yellow vinyl! Woohoo! Look at that! That's straight away! Cat hair! Yellow vinyl, my mercenaries. Now, which one's side A? We've got this side, and we got this side. Let's put side A on. This side. Side A! I have absolutely no idea what this is going to sound like at all. This is dangerous. What if I don't like it? No, music's never dangerous, my mercenaries. Music is never, ever dangerous. Except when it's dangerous. If you listen to a bit of Michael Jackson, maybe. Oh, the suspense. The suspense. Oh, we've got a bit of that already. Hear the sustain! Oh, that sounded like boom, 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 boom. That sounded like the Kaiser Chiefs then. Oh yes, big 70s rock drums. Okay, Peter, you said Jimi Hendrix. We'll see. Oh yeah, all right. Where are this band from then, my mercenaries? A little trill there. Earthless is an instrumental psychedelic rock band from San Diego, California. Not from Australia, my mercenaries. Who'd have thought it? Consisting of guitarist Isaiah Mitchell, bassist Mike Eggington, and drummer Mario. Might be Italian. The band formed in 2001 and released their first album, Sonic Prayer, in 2006. This isn't knowledge off the top of my head. You can tell because I'm looking that way. Wikipedia is our friend, my mercenaries. And this is caffeine coffee. My fourth of the day. It was this, or Gizzard's Murder of the Universe. And I thought, why not give something different a chance? I always find it amazing, I've spoken about this before, how bands that do long instrumental pieces like this can remember everything. At least when you've got lyrics and verses and choruses, you've got a structure you can... Which bit of the song is this? It's the bit where it does this! Which bit's that? The bit it does that! I'm seeing this a lot at the moment, the description of psychedelic rock. King Gizzard have been called it as well. Anyone know what that constitutes? How you become psychedelic rock as opposed to just rock? If I told you this was just an instrumental section from The Song Remains the Same, and this was Jimmy Page with a great big set of flares on, then again, I suppose you could imagine it's been played at Woodstock, couldn't you? Yeah, well, why not? Psychedelic. This is 3 people. That's the difference between all the music I've been listening to recently has been, what, 7 people? So this is like a power 3-piece. Yeah, why not? That sounded like Black Sabbath, didn't it? Yes. Imagine Bill Ward, Geezer Butler playing this. If you haven't given Black Sabbath a fair chance, go and listen to the first couple of albums by Black Sabbath. Especially listen to Bill Ward's drumming. Fantastic jazz playing. Jazz? On like a doom, satanic metal band? Yeah. Earthless, their second album, Rhythms from a Cosmic Sky, was released in 2007. Mitchell sings occasionally, but the band's music is mostly instrumental and features long, semi-improvised songs, drawing on classic rock, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, psychedelic rock. I said psychedelic then, I meant psychedelic, but you knew that. Jazz and krautrock. Oh, you know I like drumming. Peter, you knew I'd like this, didn't you, mate? Hey? Wow! Black Sabbath again. Sounds like Iron Man. Iron Man mixed with War Pigs. Maybe the way you remember is because you can basically play what the hell you want. There was an element of that, wasn't there, in those psychedelic bands of the 60s with Hendrix and that. Hendrix could basically play whatever he wanted. And Mitch Mitchell and Chad Channing could just play along. Oh, a bit Iron Maiden there. So this is San Diego. San Diego rock music. Is this typical of San Diego rock music? Perhaps someone out there is from San Diego. Tell me. I've had a lot of input from Australians on King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And this is very difficult. This is very different to what I would call the kind of the English rock way. The current English rock way. But then if you think who this band are influenced by, it's Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. English! Oh yes, I see what you mean, Peter. Totally and utterly. Actually, this doesn't feel like Telecaster rock. Hang on. Feels a little more Les Pauly, doesn't it? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm air guitaring. My foot is on the bass drum still. Imaginary bass drum. Fucking hell. Holy shit. Holy crap. How long do we keep this up for in concert? Then again, I always think that, and I always think a band like Slayer managed it. But then I always think, if you watch a drummer out of a band like Slayer, it's all about minimal movement. I watch a channel by a bloke called Cesar Blues Guitar, and he tells me that it's got a name, the way to be taught to play music with absolute minimum movement, minimum energy. And we have disagreements over whether you should have minimal movement, minimal energy to conserve your energy, or whether you just go all out. I am on the all-out side. And I mean, if I was on stage playing this now, I would be absolutely still hammering it. And someone would be saying to me, Mercurial number 6, you've got to do this for 2 more hours. And I'd be like, I can do it. I can do it. Bring it on. It's like exercise. This is like exercise. I went for a run this morning, ran 2 miles, mainly uphill. And I wasn't as knackered as I am now. Holy shit. That's the first song done. That's side A done. Join me for side B. Holy mother of God. Of this beautiful yellow vinyl. I've heard that coloured vinyls are nowhere near as good as a straight black vinyl. In fact, is yellow, can yellow even be a vinyl? Feels just like a piece of hard plastic, but here we go. Side B, song 2. You can hear the sound of the room, can't you? That snare drum vibrating under the guitars. Yeah, it has got that old school 70s vibe, hasn't it? Your Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. I can hear a little bit of Kula Shaker here as well. Remember Kula Shaker? They were a band around in the 90s, around the Britpop era. Jink, 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 yay, tap bar. Jinka, baby, 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 tap bar. Crispin Mills. He was the son of Hayley Mills. Remember Hayley Mills? Although typically labelled a stoner rock group, Earthless reject the term. The band have stated they do not use marijuana. Rather, they drink coffee or iced tea. Now, I don't know whether they're perhaps being a little bit, you know, trying to be a bit funny there. It's on their Wikipedia page. A band who rock out, who sweat out, and drink coffee get my thumbs up. Right up their ass. Big time. It says here they've got 4 albums. This is their 3rd album. Listen to this one, Mercenaries, this is interesting. After 2 years of not touring, Earthless came to Australia for a series of concerts in December 2012 and released a limited edition vinyl single to coincide with the tour. So there's a connection to Australia that I didn't even realise. Is that why you mentioned them, Peter? It probably is, isn't it? What would psychedelic rock bands do about the wah-wah? It's like the wah-wah. Define the genre. Earthless consider themselves most strongly influenced by krautrock and psychedelic bands from Japan. I didn't see that coming. Did you see that coming? Psychedelic bands from Japan. Egginton has identified such Japanese groups as Blues Creation, Flower Travelling Band, High Rise, and Whitehaven. Whitehaven is I think it's a seaside resort up the road. Sorry about that. Classic rock has also influenced the group. They share an interest in Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, so all my insightful insights pale into insignificance because it already says it on the Wikipedia page. interesting. Egginton has also said the earlier works of Miles Davis has impacted upon the band, along with other modal jazz players, as the band often choose a key or mode and almost never play outside it, regardless of what the guitar solo becomes. The idea of playing modes. One of my favourite albums of all time is Kind of Blue by Miles Davis, which is just a few songs where Miles has got into the studio with the musicians and said, we're going to play modal. They pick a mode, Miles describes the mode, which is, and then they improvise. And I think, although Kind of Blue is held up as one of the greatest albums of all time, by me and by others, it's basically one take. I think they did about 1 or 2 takes. I think they did about 2 takes, because I think a few alternate versions, but basically in a couple of takes, improvised. That's the album, A Kind of Blue. If you haven't heard it, you have to hear it. Bearing in mind it's improvised, basically, it's phenomenal. And I can see where this band are coming from, because I immediately picked up on that jazz thing. That idea that you can just say, for this next quarter of an hour, we're going to play in a mode. Now, if you're going to try and get me to describe to you what a mode is, I'm not very good at that. I'm not very good with all the scales, to be honest. The Phrygian and the Aeolian and the Pixelodian and the Nickelodeon. Well, that's how a band can do this. As long as you know what mode you're in, anything you play will basically fit. So you've got a drummer who's just, as long as he keeps the beat, as long as the bassist stays in the mode, guitarist can do whatever he wants on top, and it just becomes syrup. More difficult to orchestrate the likes of Flying Microtonal Banana when you've got 7 of you. But 3 of you in a studio, playing modes, doable. I like this. It's kind of bringing it back down a little bit. It's still lava lamps and spinning glitter balls and hot stage lights and massive flared trousers with dragons down them. Oh yeah. Do you want to hear a funny story? One of the times, like I said to you, when I'm on stage, I give it my all, because I always think it could be the last gig you ever play, and every gig you play will be the first time someone sees you, and you want everyone to go away saying, well, I want everyone to go away saying, do you know what, the Mercurial number 6, you should have seen this guy. He absolutely rocked his socks off. He didn't stand there like that. You know what I mean? He was fucking giving it up! Oh yeah, yeah! Oh yeah, yeah! Oh yeah! Some always fucking like that. And I'm going back a long time now with this story. I'm going back to the 90s. I was on stage with a band at the time. And whereas I'm usually the singer-guitarist, In this particular band, because we're going back a long time, I was just, take that with a pinch of salt, I was just the rhythm guitarist. I was gigging with this Les Paul actually, and I used to wear this guitar so low. Do you remember back then everyone wanted to be like Slash? And I have the strap as low as it will go. And even as low as it will go, it's still like just here. Which for most people, you can't see, I can't get far enough away. For most people down there, it's fine, that's still low, yeah? But I attached an extra bootlace to it to take it down to my knees. So the guitar, you can't even see, the guitar was on my knee all the times like that. And every single motion involved the whole arm, like that. So I'd be like, so when you're doing that, and I was rhythm, and I could just strut around, giving it all that with the arm. Absolutely going for it, caning it. So, walking around, a lot of this, acting the big man. I was only a kid. Acting the big man. Sweat dripping, but I had long hair at the time. Swooshing the hair. Going for it. Absolutely went for it. Came off stage. Triumphant gig. Everyone was giving me the plaudits. Mercurial number 6, you were fantastic. That band is 100% better with you in it, because I was a new addition. People go up to the band and say, "You've never sounded so good, guys," and I just thought, this is it. Anyway, I went to pack my kit up at the end of the gig, and my amplifier wasn't switched on. I forgot to switch my amplifier on. No one heard a single note I played. Because I was the rhythm guitarist and I was caught in a mood. I didn't even notice. There was another guitar player playing it all. I didn't know. Still, I always say, there's certain people. Richie Edwards out of the Manic Street Preachers. He was never plugged in live. He just went through the motions on stage with his guitar looking cool. I wasn't trying to do that, mine was by error. My point being, fuss and bluster and bravado and sweat and guts and gore and action can win over people. Because people don't tend to use this. They use this. They use this. And that's what I always think of my music. Use this. This don't matter. Hit that feedback, my people. Hit that feedback. Strangle it. Strangle it. Side B, done. Are you going to join me for side C? Oh, holy crap. Sorry, it's not one song per side. What song's this? Hang on. I can't read that. Can you read that? Let me load it up on Wikipedia a minute. Track listing. Violence of the Red Sea. Allura Rock. This song This song must be called Equus October. Boom, 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 boom. Bit Metallica, isn't it? Where do they come from? Are they San Diego? Metallica, San Francisco, Bay Area. Is San Francisco the same as San Diego? So my point being, my mercenaries, God, middle of summer, midday, middle of summer, in a basement studio. I am bright as hell. My point being, my mercenaries, I believe in what do I believe in? People can get so hung up on being technically accurate, technically perfect. And I've been guilty of this myself. And I've done videos on this channel saying how I regret it. I've been in bands before, and I told you about them. I was in like a maths rock band in the early 2000s. We weren't maths rock at all, but we were technical, very technical, kind of musy. Muse, me and the Muse story is for another day. But that kind of very technical rock. And we would practice 4 or 5 nights a week. And we'd have stops and starts and missed beats, things to catch you off guard, sections intertwining, complicated 7/4 rhythms, 3/4, going into 7/4, going back into 4/4, going into 6/8. I had such a technically proficient drummer, we could do anything. I was never that great on the guitar, but I kept the rhythm. And I always say, if you've got the drummer, and I believe this, the drummer is the most important member of your band. Which is why I like the Gizzard so much. Which is probably why I like this band at the moment. Yes, there's an argument that the singer is the most important member. Just cast that aside for a little bit. The drummer is very, very important, right? And we would practice and practice, and we were so technically perfect. And I would put my heart, I nearly said heart and soul then, no cliches, alright? And I would put my heart into it, that never changed. But we'd always hold back, waiting for the perfect moment. What I realise now, which I didn't realise back then, is that you can be as technically proficient as you want. You can get up to jazz levels. I was listening to a band called Dinosaur the other day, Together as One. It's up for the Mercury Prize this year. You can be as technical as you want. But there's something to be said for absolute fuss and bluster. You can kind of lie. You can kind of lie on stage. You can give it big I am. If I see a band on stage and they're just absolutely going for it, like they're not going to live another day. People don't need to be drenched in sweat. I'm not saying you have to sweat. But if I see you physically hurting for your art, you're gonna win me. You're gonna win me. Oh, he's cringeworthy. You're gonna win me over. You're gonna win me over. Oh. I timed that scream perfectly, my mercenaries. Are you going to join me for side C? Are you? Are you? We've only got one song left, my mercenaries. It's a song. It's the title track, From the Ages. I have the feeling that From the Ages, the title track, is going to span two sides of vinyl. You're going to join me. Yellow vinyl. Stupidly, does make all the difference. When you're used to black, how much more black can you go? And the answer is none more black. So you think, well, one of my favourite colour is orange, all right? But my second favourite colour is yellow. Does that make me a bad person? Now, is this going to be labelled side C and side D? Or is this going to be side A and side B? Let's have a listen. Let's have a look. Yes! Side C and side D. Let's listen to side C. Got to make sure we don't sound like I'm saying sardine. Side C, my mercenaries. Of this band that I didn't know until about an hour ago. Oh, cat hair stuck to my face. Right, here we go. This is a song called From the Ages. That sounds a bit like Slayer. Okay, that doesn't. Yeah, kind of like a waltz 6/8 time. Interestingly, that band I was talking about, the one where the other guitarist was so good that, and mainly because I was the rhythm player, so where I couldn't hear, I didn't even realise I wasn't playing. That's bad. I'm not saying that that would ever happen now. Back then, fuss, bluster, I probably had about 6 pints of lager. I'd have been on stage with long jet black hair. I used to wear a padlock round my neck. I probably was wearing a leather jacket. And with my guitar around my knees, you could tell I was more into that. But funnily enough, that band, the guitar player, was really into Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. Now, if you don't know who they are, they're kind of virtuoso guitar players. And in my humble opinion, Steve Vai especially, and this is an argument I have with people who have really know their scales and really know their technical musical theory. Steve Vai has the ability to play anything. He's like an animal. He's like a guitar monster. He's like Jimi Hendrix turned up to 10. But I don't want to hear any of it. Just, I do look what you have. Look. Bought in like the early 90s. Sometimes too much technical knowledge saps. It's like what I was saying to you about not this, but this. Technical, all that shit. Lose this. Now Joe Satriani, he taught Steve Vai and Kirk Hammett amongst others, because the guy out of Metallica. I think Joe Satriani, on the odd occasion, still has that. I saw him live in London a few years ago, and let me just say this. Always with me, always with you. One of the greatest songs of all time. Instrumental. And if you're ever going to listen to any Joe Satriani, listen to Flying the Blue Dream. Fantastic album. Totally different type of instrumental music to this. But the guy in this band that I was playing with, very much influenced by Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, could outplay me. And that back then, I've always said, I'm not one of those, I'm one of these. That's not bad. Look at AC/DC, look at a classic AC/DC album. The guts of the album was Malcolm Young. The guts of the album. But this guy was into Steve Vai and Joe Satriani, technically proficient in the extreme. He'd be one of those guys who would write lead guitar player on the album. I played lead guitar. I'd turn up at the gigs in a pair of cowboy boots. We're talking about the 90s now. Rock and roll in the 90s, around the time of the Black Crowes. I'd turn up at the gigs in a pair of cowboy boots, tight jeans, leather jacket, long black hair, padlock round my neck, playing a Les Paul slung round my knees, having drunk 6 pints of beer. Absolutely blocking, hair going everywhere, sweat fucking flying across the front row. This other guy would turn up in trainers, a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. It sounds like I'm having a go. And it sounds like I'm being mean, I'm not. It's just, I knew I couldn't stay in that band. The singer was great. The singer had that kind of Hanoi Rocks, Dogs d'Amour thing going on. But I knew I couldn't be in a band with that guitar player. There was another moment in that band where just thinking of another story there. No, there was another moment in that band where we're on stage and I'm absolutely going for it. That's my arm's always doing that. Absolutely going for it. And the singer, he was like a little pocket rocket. Imagine a male version of Kylie Minogue, dressed in kind of glam sleaze. Like a little pocket rocket. I said that twice. The drummer was all right, but it was mainly me and this singer that really made the band, like I said to you. And there was a point I looked around and I thought, where's the bass player? Where the hell is the bass player? And he'd recently bought a radio unit for his, most people when you're in a band, you're plugged into the guitar amp with a lead, so you're kind of tied to your amplifier. I mean, you can have long leads, but he bought one of these radio mic things, and you attach it to your belt, and it meant that he was untethered with his bass guitar. And if I tell you that this bloke, again, it sounds like I'm being mean, but it was more of a product of the 90s, I suppose. But this bloke had nothing on his top half apart from a leather waistcoat. He was actually a nice enough bloke, until you hear the outcome of this story. around for him, and I'm on stage and I'm still giving it fucking that. And the singer, he can't see what he's doing because his hair's over his face and he's just singing. I mean, where is the bass player? And I look out, because you've got lights in your eyes, you can barely see into the crowd. But I look out into the crowd, I kind of start to step forward in front of the monitors to get just a little bit ahead of the lights so I can see something. And I look out and I can see a stall, a cubicle ahead with a table in it and some girls sitting in there. And I can see the bass player, he's sat in the cubicle with a girl draped over him, with his feet up, playing the bass. Because he's got his radio mic on, he's just playing the bass. He's sitting in a stall, he's got a beer, he's got a girl draped over him. And I'm on stage giving it all this. Do you know what? I'm telling that story like it's a negative, right? But as I tell it now, perhaps he was more rock and roll than I was. Yeah, this is driving rock music. Probably literally driving rock music. Jeremy Clarkson would listen to this on Top Gear. Oh yes. That is, it's just layer upon layer upon layer. Shit. So I thought, I'm gonna form a band where it's all about this. And I auditioned drummers. And that's when I met up with one of the greatest drummers I've ever seen in real life with my own eyes. And I've seen a few. Perhaps the best drummer I've ever seen was Dave Grohl when he was playing with them Crooked Vultures. Absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, I met up with this drummer and I just thought, he was absolutely technically proficient, but he hit the drums like a mother. And I honestly, I could see John Bonham in his eyes. I mean, not literally, a bit of John Bonham jizz. But he said to me, Mercurial number 6, he said, I come as a package. I thought, I've got my best friend, my best musical friend, is a guitar player. And I thought, bugger, I don't want a guitar player. I'd always, up to that point, I'd always played in bands with twin guitars. I want to say twin guitars, I don't mean the Judas Priest Iron Maiden style, I mean like kind of rhythm and lead kind of thing. And the band I'd just come out of, I was the singer guitar player, and I kind of wanted to strip down even further than that. I just wanted guitar, bass, drums, kind of like this, but with me singing as well. And I was told by the drummer if I wanted him, I had to take this other guitar player on board. So of course, I don't know what those of you who have tried to form bands have found with your lives, but trying to form a band is difficult at the best of times. So I said, yeah, all right. And he turned up, and lo and behold, would you believe it, this guy's primary influences were Joe Satriani and Steve Vai. Another technical player with none of that. None of that. Difficult times. But this was my band. I wasn't the rhythm guitarist anymore, it was my band. And I tried to accommodate that way of playing. But I'm sorry, I've always been, and I've had arguments with people on my own channel and people I watch on YouTube, but I've always said there's more to be ringed out of one note or one chord than 1,000. Than 1,000. And if I could now choose to listen to a song off Highway to Hell by AC/DC, or any song on Passion and Warfare by Steve Vai, I'm choosing AC/DC. And people who think it's clever to try and put down music that has allegedly 3 chords. If you play those 3 chords right, and if you play those 3 chords with absolute conviction, you will inherit the earth. You will inherit the earth, my son. Are you going to join me for side D? Are you going to join me for side D? Why not? What the hell? Thank you for sticking with me. Are you enjoying Earthless as much as I am? I think so far it's been exactly what Peter said it would be. Exhilarating, powerful, powerful. I suppose if this song's 30 minutes long, it's been split up over 2 sides of vinyl, which means we've had the King Gizzard-esque fade out, fade back in again. So what I was saying was, if you play 3 chords right, you can outdo a million. One of the greatest songs I ever wrote. Great in my own lifetime. Appreciate that it's all in here. But I made sure I just used 3 chords, nothing but 3 chords. It can be done. Most songs that tell you that they have 3 chords, they always have an extra couple of chords here and there. Why not 3? Just 3. And the next step, if you appreciate how much you can wring out of a single note, like this guy is now. If you can appreciate the power of a band like the Sex Pistols or the Dead Kennedys, and then you put in the hours, one of my favourite drum solos is that Keith Moon one of Who's Next. This was reminding me of it. This is a bit Who, isn't it? This is like Who at Woodstock? Or was it Monterey? Oh, bit of Keith Moon. It's debatable whether Keith Moon was a good drummer or not. The thing with Keith Moon is he didn't hold the beat. He followed what Pete Townsend was doing on the guitar, which made them unique. Very different to like John Bonham. And this is the sort of thing you can do if you've got a solid drummer. It gives you the ability, as a guitar player, to play 3 powerful chords, but underneath, this is going on, an absolute hurricane, an avalanche of drums. That's what some of the people I used to play with didn't realise. But like I was saying, combine the two. Combine the knowledge of the power of keeping it simple alongside practice, practice, practice. Become that finely tuned, well-oiled machine. That's when you've got it. I remember I supported a band that was touring around the country once. Came down to my city, and you know, like they do sometimes, people have a local band supporting the bigger bands. And I remember we played and we had one of those gigs that just went like a dream. Absolute, there's 3 of us. The bassist was going for it. My drummer was absolutely playing his socks off. I was doing what I always do. We came off stage and the headlining band came up to us and went, "Who the hell are you guys?" I said, "Where can we buy your album?" That's the other problem, my mercenaries. A lot of it also comes down to luck. Luck. People will tell you that you make your own luck. What do you think? Do you make your own luck? Woo-hoo-hoo! Mercenaries. we thinking? What's our thoughts here? What's our thoughts here? Earthless, from the ages. Oh, I found some writing. I thought there was no writing. I found some writing round the, see that? Round the side in pink. Let's have a look. What have we got here? It's a big thank you list where they thank families, friends, lots of people that I've never heard of and you don't give a shit about. And everyone at the Starving Musician in Berkeley, Moonlight Music, TP Records, Thirsty Moon, Thirsty Moon, Curtin Volcom, Timothy Nickloff in America, Somebody at Vans, Assault Skates, Skating Band. I wonder how old these people are. All the bands we have shared the stage with, keep rocking. I'll have to look up a picture of them. What do they look like, my mercenaries? Are they like skater types? They mentioned like bands, trainers and that. Let's look up a picture of them. Now it's just like a machine. Rolls like a machine. I'm looking at a picture of them now. Okay. 2 neckbeards. 3 checkered shirts. They look like lumberjacks. Do you know what? On my recent series where I've been reviewing the Mercury Music Prize, I've been giving everything a clock score. You put your thumb out in front of you at the 9 o'clock position and you have to give it a score. 9, 10, 11, 12, 8, 7, 6. I've never heard anyone do that before. So a 6 is a 6 o'clock. It's not above average. 6 o'clock is bad. 12's good. 9's average. I need choke then. Toms. If this band came to town, I would go and see them. How long can they draw the ending out for? This is quite funny. Repetition, I've told you before. The more you repeat something, the better it gets. Unless it's something like standing in dog shit. Or getting bitten by a mosquito. Or being trampled on by an elephant. Or 2 elephants. Or 3 elephants. Or 4 elephants, or 5 elephants. It's like the end of Spinal Tap. Come out of that booth. Put that girl down. Get your bass guitar up here. Oh yes. Multiple rock endings. AC/DC live style. I give this band, Earthless, I give this album, I might even give it an 11. I'll give it an 11. Thank you, my mercenaries. I bet if you've stuck with me this far, thank you very much. There won't be many of you. And if you have, I hope you're sitting in the dry as a bone. And you're not sitting here looking like I am. I give Earthless From the Ages, I give it 11. Thank you very much, my mercenaries. Over and